Hello. Today I'm going to be talking about this Native 5 in Maxamet. I recently did an initial review of this knife. Please refer to that video for more information. At the end of that video, my conclusion was that this particular knife, Maxamet, for me, seemed to lose its front end sharpness quite quickly. More quickly than I would think. Much more quickly than 15V. And that kind of disappointed me. I like my knives to be very sharp, so if Maxamet or any other steel performs at a medium level of sharpness for a really long time, that doesn't matter to me very much because I want my knives to be very sharp. So I kind of set this aside for a little while. Today, I'm going to try to sharpen this. So I have not used Maxamet very much. I really just used it in that initial testing, and this is going to be my first attempt to sharpen Maxamet. I had a bad experience with Rex 121 and this particular knife. I have a video about this, but Rex 121 for me did not perform very well in edge retention, at least not as well as it should have. It did about in the 70th percentile for me in my testing, which is not exemplary for Rex 121. This should hold a record, and it doesn't. But that's not the only problem. The problem for me with Rex 121 is that it was extremely difficult to sharpen. I tried many things. My friend and I both sharpened this over and over again and had a very hard time to get it even to really shave arm hair very well. Finally, we did get it. This thing is quite sharp right now. It will shave arm hair, but it took a really long time to get it there. And for me, Rex 121 has been kind of a disappointment. So, Maxamet, I did my initial review, which kind of told me that it loses its front end sharpness more quickly than I would like. But now, we're going to see if I can sharpen it. So, I'm just going to see what happens using this Sharpal 8-inch plate and this Sharpal 6-inch plate. I'm going to use, this is a 200/600, but I'm just going to try to use the 600 side. This knife is not very dull. It's just barely not scraping arm hair. So I'm really just going to try to touch this up. It's not my intent to remove a lot of metal. It's not my intent to fully reprofile this or anything. The angle is fine. So this is really just going to be a touch up for me. But I have to use diamonds because it's Maxamet. So my plan is 600 grit Sharpel diamonds. Then we'll see what the edge feels like. I'll probably go to 1200 grit if necessary and go from there. For the sake of time, I'm not going to show you the whole sharpening, but I'll show you these basic strokes so you get an idea of what's going on. Appears there might be some grit contamination here in the bottom right corner of this plate. I'm clanking against something hard. Feels like a bigger chunk of diamond. Done with the diamond plate. Now I go to stropping. This is a DLT Trading strop smooth side with 8 micron Bark River CBN emulsion. Sharpening Strop rough side with 4 micron Bark River emulsion. I usually don't do very many passes while stropping. In this case, I did about 10 to 12 passes per side. I used slightly more pressure than normal because there was a residual burr that I was trying to remove. Now the other side of the Sharpening Strop, which is the smooth side, and 1 micron Bark River emulsion. Now I'm using lighter pressure again. I did about 8 to 10 passes per side, still trying to get that burr fully removed. Going to take me a little bit to get down here where the ricasso lack of choil thing is at. Just kind of ignoring it for now, working around it. So this final edge would cut and whittle a held hair, but it was not easy. So I would say able to cut and whittle a held hair, but unreliably and not easily. For me, on my scale of sharpness, 5 out of 5 is pretty attainable for me, and that just means the knife is easily and readily shaving arm hair. This is beyond that. This is pretty easily cropping the hairs above the skin. So this is better than my normal 5, so I give this edge a 5+. Okay, so that was actually quite easy. I'm very happy with the results. That went very quickly. Again, I did not do any more on this than I had to. I would consider this a touch-up. I did not deliberately remove any additional metal or material. I made as small a burr as possible. Again, I used 600 grit Sharpening diamond, then 1200 grit Sharpening diamond, then 8 micron, 4 micron, and 1 micron stropping. And this thing is very, very sharp. So I have no complaint about how sharp this is right now. I'm very happy with that. I have no complaint with how easy this was to create a burr. The burr removal was quite normal for me, from my experience. So that was basically a touch-up. It removed, I didn't try to grind out all these original factory lines or anything like that. Like I told you, there's a little area here where I probably didn't even do much. On this side it's bigger because of this, the Spyderco little edge issue for ricasso edge juncture. I'm just ignoring that for now. I'm just leaving it the way it is. The knife is plenty sharp right there, so it's no problem. But this was basically a touch-up. The knife was able to do it. This was much, much, much. I cannot stress enough how many more muches easily this sharpened than Rex 121 for me. So that makes me happy. Basically a normal sharpening for me. Normal touch-up, went fine. I'm very happy. So I'm very curious about Maxamet. I want to continue using it. I will probably use this guy a little bit more. I probably won't do a further review on this particular knife. I have plans to do some specific Maxamet testing with some other steels. That'll probably be maybe a month or two from now. I don't know exactly, but it is coming. It will happen soon. So I probably won't do specific stuff with him because I think I'll learn more doing specific comparisons with direct comparisons with other steels. So that's kind of my plans for Maxamet. I'm very happy that this thing was easily sharpenable for me in my experience. I'm curious what the edge retention will look like, but we'll find that out further down the road. Maxamet, no problem for me to sharpen, at least today. This thing is extremely sharp. I'm happy. Life is good. Thanks for watching.